Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Dio here with another first 10 turns guide on the very hard difficulty in Mortal Empires. This time we are covering the mad vampire pirate king himself, Luthor Harkon. To start things off, head straight into your diplomacy screen and establish a non-aggression pact with the Dread Fleet. Use Raise Dead to recruit some new units into your army. Prioritize gunnery mobs as much as possible and attack the rebel army. You should fight the battle manually. Set up your army on this hill and deploy the bloated corpse and Morghuls on the left flank. Focus down the enemy deck droppers with your ranged units first and get your Mongols to flank the gunnery mob. Use your deck droppers to chip away at the enemy lord once the lines engage. You can also get your bloated corpse to take out the second gunnery mob unit. Their army losses will take care of the rest. After the battle, ransom some captives or replenish your forces if needed, and grab Route Marcher on Luthor. Move Luthor towards Box Marsh and switch to dig for treasure stance to find your first treasure. Then switch Luthor to in-camp stance for replenishment. Upgrade Luthor's ship to tier 2 and build the heavy ballast building for pirate crew growth. Demolish the rusted pistol trove in your capital and build a munitions hut, as well as a tree and news building. For your research, I recommend going for the Centuries in Command first. The reason being is that it will allow you to recruit lords at rank 6, so you can assign them to these positions for faction-wide bonuses. You can simply recruit a lord, assign them, and then immediately disband them, but retain these bonuses. Recruit more units using Raise Dead before ending your first turn. Before you attack Box Marsh, it's worth recruiting a few more units. Bloated corpses are quite useful very early game, so don't be afraid to recruit them as well. Attack the settlement and once again, fight the battle manually. Set up your ranged units in the trees here. Your handgun units should be able to start firing and the trees will provide cover for your troops. This will prompt the AI to start charging in, so make sure your flanks are covered by your deckhand mob units. Get the enemy bloated corpse to charge at Luthor, as it will do virtually no damage to him. Use your Morghuls or deck droppers to attack the flanks and keep your ranged units safe for an easy victory. After the battle, occupy the settlement and grab Ghost Fleet on Luthor. Build a plunder pile in your capital. Keep checking Raise Dead to recruit more valuable units such as these handguns. Switch to march stance and sail down to your capital, collecting any sea treasure you can find along the way. As tempting as it may be, don't upgrade any buildings just yet and save your money. Switch back to your normal stance and move Luthor to your capital's southern border and recruit 3 units of mortars into Luthor's army. On turn 5, Luthor's personality will change, applying different buffs and debuffs to Luthor. Which personality takes over is completely random. Move Luthor down to the blood swamps and colonize the settlement. Recruit 2 more mortars and check Raise Dead for more valuable units to recruit. Begin upgrading the blood swarms to tier 1. Save your population surplus to upgrade your capital to tier 3 before you upgrade anything else. Set the province commandment to dredge the seal. This is where the campaign starts to get a little tricky. Teclis from the Order of Lawmasters is likely to be in one of 3 places. He's either close to the Fuming Serpent, sailed from the Star Tower towards the marks of the Old Ones, or he's marching through your lands to get to the same settlement. Regardless of where he is, ignore him for now. Move Luthor towards your border here and encamp to maximize your replenishment, and grab Ghost Fleet on Luthor. Start keeping an eye on the Vampire Coast mutineers. If their settlement doesn't show military presence in their public order breakdown, it means they're moving their army towards you. Move Luthor into the Fuming Serpent's region and begin replacing your deck droppers and bloated corpses with better units such as handgunners. Then move Luthor towards the Star Tower and do the same again. Don't forget to set in camp stance to continue replenishing. Build a port in the blood swamps and upgrade the plunder pile in your capital. As you can see, in this campaign, Teclis decided to sail over to the marks of the Old Ones, so at least I know that his capital is safe to attack. It's time to attack the Star Tower and declare war on Teclis. You'll definitely want to fight this one manually. Deploy your army in this corner and start targeting these 2 corner towers with your artillery. Use Luthor to draw the tower fire to protect your mortars. Once the towers are down, move your mortars forward to increase their accuracy, even if the difference is very small. Start targeting your units with your mortars. I'd recommend only 1 volley at a time, as the AI moves its units around a lot. Once your mortars run out of ammo, move your gunnery mobs forward and get them to fire up the walls. Even though guns aren't very effective for this, they will still clear what's left of their defenders. Move Luthor up on the wall to start firing down at their general to rout the rest of the enemy army. After the battle, occupy the settlement and grab Ghost Fleet on Luthor. On turn 9, you'll get a choice of 2 heroes. Grab whichever you like and move them north to scout for the mutineers' army. Upgrade Luthor's ship to tier 3. In this instance, Teclis has no settlements left and is trying to take one of mine, so I've decided to take this opportunity to wipe him out for good. This is a tough battle and must be fought manually. Focus your mortars on the enemy archers, as they are by far the biggest threat to you. Focus their eagle with a few of your gunnery mobs to take it down ASAP. If Luthor has a personality with a spell, send him forward to blow up some units and cast it. Flank the enemy bolt throwers with your Mongols to take him out. Focus your handguns on Teclis as soon as he's within range. Get your Mongols to attack their ranged units after the bolt throwers. Once Teclis goes down, the enemy won't last much longer. After the battle, ransom some captives for some sweet gold and move Luthor to the blood swamps. Recruit a vampire fleet captain from Luthor's crew. I recommend one from the lore of vampires. Grab Freebooter on Luthor. Move your hero to locate the mutineer army. In my case, they were already in my lands. However, they are about to lose their only settlement to a rebellion. Once they lose it, they're likely to beeline straight for your capital, which is easy to defend. And that's it, the first 10 turns as Luthor Harkon on the very hard difficulty on the Mortal Empires map. When your research finishes, don't forget to only recruit lords with high loyalty, as you require a rank 5 lord with at least 5 loyalty to promote them. This lord here is a perfect example, as they are guaranteed to spawn with at least 5 loyalty. The next 15 to 20 turns will be very slow, as you need to spread vampiric corruption to your surrounding provinces. I recommend you avoid war with the Dark Elves and instead cause a rebellion by spreading corruption. The tiller building in Luthor's ship helps massively when converting provinces, as well as the effigies of undeath building you should build in your capital. If you like this guide, please don't forget to like the video, comment below on what lords you'd like to see covered, and hit that subscribe button for more future content. See you next time. Toodles.